So guys, welcome to our channel once again. In today's video on our WAEC biology exam revision series, we have here these 10 WAEC repeated questions to answer on the topic concept of living. So guys, this video will be about the cell and its environment. So ensure to stay till the end of this video. So let's go ahead and start with the first question here. It says, the process by which a drop of oil spreads uniformly in a beaker of water is called A. Diffusion, B. Plasmolysis, C. Osmosis, D. Absorption. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's diffusion. Actually, when molecules spread from the region where they are more concentrated to the region where they are less concentration, and that's the phenomenon of diffusion. So that's it for that question. A drop of ink that spreads uniformly in a beaker of water is a concept of diffusion, and that's option A. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. And that's question number 2 here. It says, which of the following is not a living semi-permeable membrane? We have A. Yam tuber, B. Sheet of cellophane, C. Unripe pawpaw fruit, D. Pig's bladder. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here, sheet of cellophane. So sheet of cellophane is not a living semi-permeable membrane, and that's the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 3 here. It says, which of the following processes takes place when a plant cell is put in a hypotonic solution? A. Water moves into the cell and the cell bursts. B. Water moves into the cell and the cell becomes turgid. C. The cell becomes plasmolysis. D. Water leaves the cell and the cell becomes flabby. So there's a hypotonic solution here will be a solution that has a less concentration than that of the cell. So guys, if you put a cell into a hypotonic solution, actually water will move from where there is less concentration of solutes to where there is more concentration of solutes. So which means water will move from the surrounding environment into the cell and then cause it to become turgid. And that's the answer to this question. That's option B here. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 4 here. It says, one major difference between osmosis and diffusion is that diffusion, A, takes place only in a gaseous medium, B, does not take place in living tissues, C, does not need a semi-permeable membrane, D, takes place only in a liquid medium. So guys, the answer to this question is option C here. Diffusion actually does not need a semi-permeable membrane, but guys, for a phenomenon to be called osmosis, it has to be that molecules of water will pass through a semi-permeable membrane. So that's the major difference between diffusion and osmosis. Osmosis requires a semi-permeable membrane, while diffusion does not. And that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. And that's question number 5 here. It says, in which of the following yam tissues will osmosis occur? We have A. Boiled and unpeeled, B. Raw and peeled, C. Boiled and peeled, D. Roasted and peeled. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here, raw and peeled, because actually a raw and peeled yam tissue will represent a living cell that has a semi-permeable membrane, and that's the required kind of cell for osmosis to occur. So option B here is the correct answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. That's question number 6 here. It says, an example of osmosis in plants is the A. Translocation of food through the phloem, B. Absorption of water from the soil by the roots, C. Loss of water vapor from the stomata, D. Movement of water through the xylem. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here, and that's absorption of water from the soil by the roots. So absorption of water from the soil by the roots is actually a phenomenon of osmosis in plants. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 7 here. It says the rate of diffusion of molecules between two media will be higher if A. There is no difference in the concentration of the two media. B. The difference in concentration of the two media is high. C. The difference in concentration of the two media is low. D. The difference in concentration of the two media is negligible. So guys, the answer to this question here is option B here. The rate of diffusion of molecules between two media will be higher if the difference in concentration of the two media is high. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 8 here. It says, when a spirogyral filament is placed in a concentrated salt solution for 30 minutes, the cell would become A. turgid, B. plasmolysis, C. elongated, and D. shortened. So guys, this is a question that is often repeated in WAEC examination, so you need to pay attention to this. When you have a spirogyral filament placed in a concentrated salt solution, the phenomenon that will occur in this case is plasmolysis. So that means the cell will be plasmolized, and that's option B here, guys. That's the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. That's question number 9 here. It says, a red blood cell hemolyzes when placed in the hypotonic solution because A. It contains hemoglobin, B. Its pigment has a high affinity for water, C. The cytoplasm is less dense, D. The cell lacks a wall. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here. The pigment actually has a high affinity for water, and that's as a result of the concentration difference. So as a result of that, water will have to flow from the surrounding environment into the red blood cell and then cause it to burst. So that's it for that question, and option B here is the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next and the last question. That's question number 10 here, and we have a diagram here to answer the question from this diagram. It says here, use the diagram below to answer this question. So here is the diagram. The experiment above is used to demonstrate the process of A. diffusion, B. water culture, C. osmosis, D. transpiration. So guys, obviously the answer to this question is option C. This is used to demonstrate the process of osmosis, and that's it for that question. So guys, this is where we'll end this video for today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not a subscriber. Also, if you have any specific question regarding this video, you can drop your question in the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. So guys, we also want to encourage you to join our YouTube channel community where we post major updates on WAEC examination. So this will be very helpful to you even as you prepare for your WAEC examination for the year. So you can join this channel community by hitting the join button below, and we'll see you right there. Thank you once again for watching this video, and see you on the next one.